Hey everybody, it's Romania Black. We are on episode 22 of JuJutsu Kaisen, and oh buddy, we only have this episode and two left to go for the season. I really see episode 21 kind of threw me off because it was such a, on the surface, it was a very carefree baseball episode where all of our characters were just having fun and character bonding and getting some more development. But behind the surface, there's the creepy blonde curse user who does not get along with Mojito. Mojito's got these death paintings, whatever these are, that he's stolen along with Sukuna's fingers. And all this ominous stuff is being set up for Halloween at Shibuya that seems quite ominous. I'll be honest, y'all. I am not a manga reader of this series. I'm an anime only, and I intend to stay anime only because I've read Haikyuu, I've read My Hero Academia. So with those shonen and those shows, I feel like I am a bit spoiled because I know what's going to happen. I'm excited to see the shows, and I'm excited to see how they adapt it into an anime format. But I always feel like I'm a bit spoiled when I watch them and react to them. So with this series, I want to stay as spoiler-free as possible. And it's going to suck when the season's over, because we're probably going to have to wait like a year. My heart's being like, come on, Mappa, just animate it in time for Halloween this year. But my heart's also saying, nah, they're going to have it ready by like December or 2022. So it's going to be rough avoiding spoilers and not reading the manga between now and the series ends and when the next season comes out. It's going to be hard. And I've heard the term Shibuya thrown around. I've not read into it. I don't want to be spoiled, but I've just seen that title, that it's like an arc. And so, and I've heard it's not good. So, like it's good, but not good in terms of what happens to our characters. So I'm worried about that. Please don't spoil me, but it's going to amp up the tension for sure. I didn't even know Junpei was going to die. And so then afterwards, I went back and was like, there's so many spoilers on Twitter. I was like, oh, I'm glad I missed all those. Ugh. So I don't know how this season's going to end. I don't know where we're at. I feel like these last 3 episodes are maybe going to set up the Shibuya thing that's going to happen probably in season 2. I feel like all this is just going to set it up, which I'm excited by. But I have no clue what to expect. So we had that nice little break with episode 21, and now I feel like these last 3 episodes are going to be ramping up to the conclusion of our series for this season, and I don't know how to feel. So I'm going into this blind, guys. I'm pretty excited, though. The preview looked like it was Fushiguro-centered, which I need some Fushiguro. I love his character. I need more of him, his stoic, calm, compassionate self. So, with that said, we're going to start episode 22 of JuJutsu Kaisen, which is called The Origin of Blind Obedience. Seems interesting. But thank you all so much for watching, and we are going to start episode 22 here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and this is going to jump right in now. Oh, buddy. Okay. Huh. Ooh. Okay, so this is a 2-parter, so I'm wondering if it's going to be a 3-parter, and then we're going to finish out the season. So, Fushiguro. Getting some backstory on our Fushiguro here, which is interesting. I wanted to bring up him and Yuuji, because Yuuji's the type of protagonist that in any other shonen, again, JuJutsu Kaisen, you're breaking barriers here. You're subverting expectations. Because in any other shonen, Yuuji would be like the kid that the other kids are scared of, or like not necessarily the bully, but the kid that would be able to hold his own and would fend off the others. Like I think of Sakuragi, Hanamichi, and Slam Dunk. Like he was the redheaded delinquent that was always into fights and stuff. Ichigo, Kurosaki, and Bleach. He wasn't picking fights, but he was kind of a delinquent that held his own. Yusuke Urameshi from Yu Yu Hakusho, total delinquent. Like you have these typical protagonists that are delinquents, and they kind of reform themselves through the act of becoming the hero or the protagonist, the main character of the story. Yuji's not like that. Yuji's always been like a really nice guy that's just kind of naturally athletic, had some natural athletic ability, but he wasn't a delinquent. He was like a kind, compassionate person. Whereas Fushigoro's character in a typical shonen, would be the kind and compassionate, non-violent friend, which Fushiguro now seems very compassionate and non-violent. But when you look back, he was the delinquent that was always in fights and proving himself. So I'm assuming that has to do with his family, which we've not really seen much of other than the knowledge about his sister being bedridden and she's cursed and she's in a coma. We don't know anything about his parents and all that. So him and Gojo have known each other a very long time, it seems. So I'm wondering if Fushiguro, and from the preview it looks like we get a little shot of Gojo there at the end. So I wonder if Fushiguro had a lot of mentoring and raising by Gojo, and that's what's kind of mellowed him out and softened him a bit. I'm gonna guess that's my hunch, is that he's been around Gojo long enough that he's just kind of mellowed out to be the Fushiguro that we know. But he was very disturbed by the fact that his sister's a target, and he's worried about her. She can't defend herself, and she's like his only family that we know of. And so he's like having Ichiji like send people to help protect her from these curses. And oh man, Fushiguro, I get the feeling the last part of this season is all going to be focused on him, which is interesting because we've had a lot of focus with Yuuji. So that's really cool. Yuuji and Nobara, oh my god, they share a brain cell, and I kind of love it. I love that they're basically like the same person. Nobara's just a little bit more aggressive, and Yuuji's just a little bit more laid back. But they're both like such similar characters, and they're such good friends for Fushiguro to make sure that he, doesn't, in helping Fushiguro to stay grounded and be like, hey, we're your friends. We rely on us too. Like, we'll help you. Don't do this by yourself. And I really like that. These death paintings or whatever these things are, ew. And it I wonder if death painting kind of refers to like a death mask sort of thing, because Mojito making him eat that curse, it's kind of like eating Sukuna's finger, only for them it turns them into this nasty curse and they can't control it. That is terrifying, and they have 3 of them. And I like that Geto, the knower of all of our lore behind the Jujutsu, that's just giving us crumbs as we go, making note that special grade items can't be destroyed. They are harmless as long as, there had pacts made with them. They can't harm others, with the exception of Sukuna's fingers. They can summon curses because he's just that strong. And I think I said last episode, 10 fingers, there's 20 altogether. So we still have quite a few left, even though they have like 6 of them. We still got like 11 floating around. So they're in this little domain pocket fighting off. They got 2 cursed spirits to fight. They've got the one that's the guy that's been transfigured into this curse painting, whatever. And then they have the thing that's causing the curses, causing all the mishaps. And it just seems like a trap. And I like, because in the curse at the end there said, oh, you guys made it before me. So it was a trap. Like this whole elaborate setup of having all these people die has just been to lure our protagonists to the spot. And I'm assuming that if they're in too much trouble, they're going to rely on Gojo to come save them. And that's what they want. Because again, they're trying to seal Gojo away. It's a lot, y'all. Oh, we got 2 episodes left of this season. And it looks like Fushiguro's centered again. Oh man. I don't know what to expect, y'all, but this episode throwing us right back into like the scary, creepy vibe of this show and the action and everything. There wasn't a lot of action here. It seems like it's all going to be set up for next episode, but the creepiness and the stakes have definitely been raised. I'm curious what you guys all think down below. Please don't spoil me, but I want to know more about Fushiguro, and we got crumbs this episode. I'm hoping that it gets expanded upon with these last 2 episodes, because Fushiguro is pretty important to the plot, right? He's not just your side character to our protagonist. Sukuna specifically wants to keep him alive for a reason. I don't know what that is, but when the most powerful curse wants you alive and doesn't care about anybody else, that seems like a big deal to me. So I'm curious what you guys think below. Please no spoilers, but I'm curious to know what you guys thought about the episode. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe, take care, and next week the origin of blind obedience 2. We'll get that part next week. But until then, I hope you all have a great day. Take care, and I'll talk to y'all again soon. Bye.